Section 5 of the website is about wrapping the walls and the ceiling panels. Now, when you do your wall panels, you're going to need to have some kind of thermal break between your wall panel and the metal of the van. And this is just a complex way of saying you need to have a little insulation there. And what I used was some of this blue foam, which is actually called sill plate gasket material. It comes in a long roll, and I just took this with a little bit of the Lexel adhesive and glued this on the frame panel where I was going to put the wall panel. Now, the Lexel material is awesome. I use a lot of this stuff in the van build. It stays flexible. It's an adhesive sealant, and it goes on and dries clear, which is really nice. So this goes behind each wall panel and provides that thermal break. Now, once it's in place, it'll stay there with the wall panel. Now, this keeps the temperature from the outside being transmitted to the inside walls, and also keeps the condensation and moisture from harming your wall panel. All right, I have a specific video on this, and of course there'll be links for that in the description and on the website. This is the rivnut tool, and I have a video that shows how to use this. Very easy to use. And I ended up buying an entire set of all the different sizes of rivnuts. You don't need to do that. Standardize on one size rivnut. So I use 1/4-20 rivnuts because that's a common, easy size to get here in the United States. If you're somewhere in another country, that won't work for you, but 1/4-20 was the easiest. And I used all of these steel rivnuts. Now, you can also get one of these, which I bought later on when I was installing the Postal heater. And this is a rivnut tool, and this rivnut tool attaches to your cordless drill. All right, and it works really well. The only thing about this piece is when you use this, you're not feeling the tightness of the rivnut. With this one, you are. So you're going to know when that rivnut's really tight. This one, you're not going to have that feedback. And what can happen, and I think it happened twice to me during the van build, is you think the rivnut's tight, but then when you go put the bolt in, the bolt and the rivnut both spin. That's a problem, because then you have to cut the head off the bolt and then drill out the bolt and rivnut and put a new one in. So what I started to do is, after I put the rivnut in and I felt it was really tight, then right around the edge of it, I'd put a drop of super glue. Now, you really shouldn't have to do that, but in a couple places where I didn't have confidence, I put that drop of super glue in there to be sure that that rivnut wasn't going to spin. So that's what I did. The rivnut tool works really well, and actually both of them work really well. Once you get used to using them, it's pretty easy. Now, I bought this one when I put in the Postal heater because I had to put in a couple rivnuts underneath the van for the vent tube from the heater. And this was too tall and it wouldn't fit. So this was a lot smaller and fit perfectly. Sure, I could have lifted the van or jacked it up somehow, but that would have been too difficult. Now for the wall panels, I use 5mm project board, and this is a scrap piece of it. This is perfect for wall panels. Easy to cut. I sealed it with polyurethane. I did a mixture of about 50% polyurethane, 50% mineral spirits, and sealed it on both sides. Then on the side that was on the inside of the wall, I coated it with mold-killing primer. That way, I'd be sure that I didn't have any mold buildup and everything was nice and sealed. Then I would cover it with either marine vinyl or Duramax tweed. Now, there's a link for those videos. It's not difficult to do, just a little time consuming. But you have to have the right materials. The specific thing you need is you gotta have this Weldwood Landau top and trim contact cement, which is this stuff right here. This stuff is excellent, works great. It's flammable, it has a terrible odor. You need to either use it with a respirator or make sure you use it outside. This works. It will evaporate quickly, so keep it covered. When I did the van, I went through a gallon of this, and I just had 1 or 2 more panels to do. Just little trim panels that went around our sink. So I didn't want to buy an entire gallon of this just for that. So then I use this 3M high strength 90 adhesive for the last 2 or 3 very small trim panels I had. And I put on the marine vinyl with this. A few months later, this failed, and you could see where that marine vinyl was just bubbling up and it wasn't staying adhered to the panel. And it was a problem. But that's why I now have another gallon. Because after that failed, I bought this gallon so I could fix those trim panels. So this is what you need. Usually 3M products all work really well, but in this case and in this application, this failed. So that's life. So at least you know it now, save you some time and trouble, because it's kind of terrible when you're 2-3 months down the line and you notice something's bubbling up. Thankfully, it was only 1 or 2 little trim panels, and it wasn't the entire wall panel on large pieces. Now the Duramax tweed stuff, I did use a 1/4 inch headliner material underneath to give it a little bit of cushion, and I think that helped with the sound deadening, and also it helped hide any imperfections when I glued the panels down. And that tweed material is tough stuff. And this is the tweed material. It is extremely durable, really easy to clean, and really easy to work with. I actually like this a little bit better than the marine vinyl because, well, this is gray and it doesn't show any of the dirt. And the marine vinyl is really easy to clean too. But of course, I chose white marine vinyl, which kind of gets dirtier more often. Now, it's not difficult to apply these materials once you've got everything prepared. But again, I'm going to tell you, do it outdoors because that contact cement has strong solvent fumes and is very flammable. Now, as far as insulation, you'll see lots of opinions and lots of videos on insulation. I did an insulation test, and I think I've got like 4 videos. I'm really stressed about my fear of mold because I live in hot, humid Florida, and I'm going to be traveling all over the country. So I can tell you that what I did in our videos has worked. I've removed all the panels, and I've looked behind them, and there's no mold in our van. So the best thing for you to do is take a look at my last video in the series that shows what I did. Of course, you can check out the other videos too. I did not use wool. I actually used polyiso, but I also wrapped the polyiso in a polyester batting. That kept it from squeaking. You really have to check out the video to understand. The polyester stopped it from squeaking, and I also used some pins to hold it in place. So check out that video. If you found this video useful, you can give us some positive feedback by liking this video, subscribing, using our links, and even better, put a comment below to help others out who are building their vans. And hopefully someday I'll see you on the road. Thank you for watching.
I wanna find freedom faster before the daylight turns to gray. I wanna find freedom faster and spend it all on today. It's not a race to the finish line, it's just the comfort of your hand in mine. Yeah, we're gonna find freedom faster.